How does it feel to just have a normal life again and just knowing where you're going every day and just the regularity of playing football?
No, it's just good to be playing with the team that's playing well. Obviously today we didn't put in a good performance, but in terms of how we've been this season and enjoying our ball, it's been fun, and I think that's contributed to me getting the numbers that I put up.
Did you guys notice yourselves passing a little bit too much in the 18, not taking enough shots in the early halves when you had a lot of possession?
Well, I think you just try to create good looks. Sometimes, if you have a shot there, it might get deflected, and you see someone else is open, you might try to find them. But at the same time, I think some days go for you, some days don't. And today it just seemed like just went one of our days.
You guys had your best chances kind of inside the first 5 or 10 minutes. What happened after that kind of gave the momentum to the Revs?
Oh, we always try to push forward, and I think we got caught out a little bit in terms of our numbers in the attack, and then I think they got us on the counterattack, and then just some of the goals that we conceded were not the best, and then starting the second half with the deflection, a little bit unlucky as well. So I think that's what kind of hurt us, just the counterattack.
Let's put this one aside, and just how have you guys been able to get some of the rhythm that you've been able to generate so far this year in terms of getting goals on the board and being productive in the final third?
In terms of how we play, our link-up play, and moving the ball around, sharing the rock, getting good looks, and being able to finish them off.
Clint, you've come back to the U.S. To play for the Sounders. I'm just curious to know your view of how the appreciation for the game of soccer in this country has changed since you've been away, and just what you've noticed about overall kind of appreciation of soccer in general.
Yeah, it's definitely increasing. For me, getting to experience the market north and northwest is pretty special. The numbers of people that go out to the games, the attendance that you see, and the rivalries that are there between us and Portland is good to see. But you see more soccer franchises popping up and more soccer specific stadiums, and it's good to see for the development of the game, and also seeing more Americans get better contracts.
How do you think the United States compares with, say, the UK and other parts of the world when looking forward to the World Cup? Does it kind of thin out the fan base? Is it just a different level of play that Americans still don't quite get?
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I think it's just a work in progress. Yeah, it feels good. It's always good to be back. Where it started for me, my professional career, owe a lot to this organization, but especially Stevie Nicol and Paul Mariner, and being able to help develop my game here, and which allowed me to break into the national team, which allowed me to get overseas, and which also allowed me to play in World Cup. So I owe a lot to this organization, but also to Stevie Nicol and Paul Mariner.
Two former Spurs now playing in MLS. Any other interest in England possibly coming over?
I mean, whoever wants to, the league thinks is going to improve the league.
What are the next few weeks going to be like for you heading off to U.S. camp and getting ready for the World Cup?
Just will be the same for everybody that gets called in. You'll go in, we'll be doing a lot of work, training, we have the sending off games, trying to figure out what that best 11 is going to be, and prepare the best that we can to make sure we perform well in the World Cup.
Have you played in Brazil before, and what was it like?
What's up?
Have you played in Brazil before?
No, I haven't.
What are you most looking forward to then? Because it's such a huge soccer culture there about playing there.
Yeah, I grew up watching South American style of play, watching like Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, and that's kind of where I fell in love with the game, watching that style. So to go down there and to play in that environment it was pretty exciting, because I never got the opportunity to play in Copa America, which is a tournament that I always wanted to experience. But yeah, excited to go down and play in a place that's so passionate about the game.
What do you think of the Revs' young talent and the potential of it, like Farrell, Rowe, Fernandez, these players?
Yeah, it's good that you have young talent coming up. You need to find a good mix in your team, and that was something that the Revs has always done. I think they've done a good job of giving young players the opportunity to try to develop and to improve, and I think that's what allowed me to get to where I am today.
Do you think the 3 games in 9 days played any sort of factor, whether it was mental or physical?
Yeah, I think it did play a little bit of a role in terms of the games, but also the travel coming all the way across here. But at the same time, every team has to experience those type of things. But We put in some good performances today. Wasn't one of them, but look where our points are and look where we are on the board. You have to say that we've done well.
How important has it been for you to get your form up to where you want it to be heading into World Cup camp?
It's important for everybody that if you want to do well, you want to be playing at the a good run of form. You want to be confident. You want to get in a rhythm, and I've done that.
What was it like playing against Andy Dorman, one of your former teammates?
Yeah, I mean it was good to see him playing and to wear the captain band. He did well when he was with the Revs, and when he went overseas, he did well in Scotland. Maybe things didn't work out how he wanted to in England, but it's good to have him back in the league. I think he has a lot of quality on the ball, and I thought he played well today.
What's the World Cup mean to you?
For me, it's when I was a kid. That's what I dreamed about wanting to do, to be able to play in the World Cup. That's what I used to pray about as a kid. So having the opportunity to play in two, scored in two, and with the chance of maybe playing in a third, it's pretty special.
It's a pretty short list of guys that have scored in three. What would that mean to you to score in 3 World Cups?
I don't know if there is a American player that's scored in 3 World Cups or 3 consecutive World Cups. That would be pretty special to do, but it's more important that the team does well.
Is there a poetry to play at Gillette Stadium right before you go off to the World Cup, the place that you started?
Is it a what?
Like a poet? Is there something nice about a storyline playing at Gillette Stadium before heading off to the World Cup?
Storyline for?
Just like, is it nice to come back to the club that you started at?
Yeah, it's nice to come back here and play. Like I said earlier, it's a organization that I owe a lot to. They help my development, and without playing here under Paul Merritt and Stevie Nickel, who's to say where things would have happened? But they gave me the opportunity as a young player to develop, to play, to get confidence, and that's what allowed me to do what I've done in my career.
Is it tough to leave the Sounders on this note for a few weeks with the World Cup team?
It's not ideal, but that's the way things go.
What do you think about the talent of your group of opponents, Portugal and Germany, in the World Cup?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a difficult group, but at the same time, I think we're also a good team, and if we play at the best of our ability, I think we have the quality to get out.
Obviously, the first game is always important, but does it have a little extra meaning playing Ghana after what happened the last 2 World Cups?
It doesn't matter who you play, you want to win. But yes, we're due a win against them because we've been unlucky. It's been 2 close games in both times that we played them, and we'll be looking to try to win as many games as possible, and that starts with them.